Hello, my lore lovers. It's Lindsay, aka November Pixie. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Top 5 Countdown. So if you followed my channel for a while, you know that I actually had a episode that I was trying to do, and it was called Jumping Mediums, going from book to movie and everything. And those episodes never really got off the ground, but I did have a couple that I wanted to talk about. So I'm turning this into a top 5 countdown of the best book to movie adaptations. So for this list, I want to talk about some of my favorite book to film adaptations and everything, what I liked about them, great elements that they brought in from the books and just brought them to life so beautifully. So without further ado, here is my top 5 book to film adaptations. Number 5, The BFG. I really want to talk about this movie. I loved this book growing up. It's one of my favorite books from my childhood. And sometimes when they take a children's book and they turn it into a movie, you know, sometimes it doesn't come across well because it's like, oh, Where the Wild Things Are. That book is like 12 pages long. How are you gonna make a feature-length film out of this? The book BFG is one of those books that's like, it's got a lot of sources in there. It's got a lot of different elements, and bringing them to life would probably be very difficult. But the movie actually did just a beautiful job. And I have friends that are like, oh my God, it's nothing but fart jokes.
But if the bubbles in your tummy go down, that could have a far nastier result.
A whiz popper.
If you've never read the book BFG, actually the fart jokes are written into the book as well. That's a major part of the book. It's not something that they're just kind of throwing in there. Like most children's movies, it's like, oh, we gotta keep their attention. What do kids like? Oh, they like farts and they like burps and they like poop jokes and they like all this other stuff. So we gotta throw it in there just because, oh, kids will think it's funny. Ah, ha, ha, ha. I honestly think that they did a really good job sort of bringing it in and making it somewhat intelligent. Again, it's fart jokes. Like, they're very hard to make sophisticated, but I think BFG did, you know, the best that they could. But everything else about the movie, you know, visually, the movie is just beautiful. It was just very well done. And of course, with Spielberg behind the camera, and he knows what to put in, he knows what to, you know, sort of leave out. I just think he did a beautiful job. It's one of the movies that I have no problem showing it to kids because, again, it's not just how do we keep their attention? You know, they didn't insult the intelligence of the children. And that's why I like the adaptation of BFG. Number 4, Little Women. Now, let me be clear about one thing. I'm referring to 1994 Little Women. I'm not talking about the 2019. I'll get to that in a second. You know, the 1994 version was just a beautiful adaptation of, you know, a book that I've held near and dear to my heart since I was, you know, a kid, and I just loved it. I thought all of the acting was really good. Susan Sarandon, Winona Ryder, and they all did a great job bringing this book to life. And of course, Christian Bale. You know, people talk about, oh, I'm the biggest Christian Bale fan. If you haven't seen Newsies or 1994's Little Women, don't come talking to me about being a Christian Bale fan. Coming to the 2019 movie, you know, I can take the merits. It's beautifully shot. The cinematography is beautiful. The acting was good. When you're such a fan of the book and the 1994 version, I just don't think Little Women works as non-linear storytelling. It's like, it was so frustrating to me watching this movie. It's like they jump timelines and it's in the past, and so that's why personally I was not a big fan of the 2019. But if you liked it, you know, you do you, everything. But I think the 1994 version is just a beautiful adaptation of an incredible book. Number 3, Silence of the Lambs and Red Dragon. I am a huge fan of the Hannibal Lecter series. I love all of the books. Oh, they're just so chilling. I love them. And as far as movies go, Manhunter, Hannibal, and Hannibal Rising. I wish those three just never existed. They read the words and they kind of got some things right, and then they kind of didn't get things right, and the acting wasn't very good. Now I have to say, I loved the Hannibal series. I thought they did great. I thought Mads Mikkelsen just killed it as Hannibal Lecter. I didn't think anybody could do as good of a job as Anthony Hopkins does, but man, he was like, hold my beer for a second. Now let's talk about Red Dragon and Silence of the Lambs. These movies are so freaking good. Jonathan Demme and Brett Ratner killed it. They brought everything in from the books, them so chilling. Now, as far as the acting goes, Edward Norton as Will Graham, Jodie Foster as Clarice Starling, totally embodied the characters of Will Graham and Clarice Starling. They just did phenomenal. And let's all bow down to Anthony Hopkins. Like I said, as great a job as Mads Mikkelsen did, he will always be Hannibal Lecter. You know, you just read the words in the books. Hannibal is such a commanding presence, in control of the whole situation. Anthony just does that and more. He's able to just take these scenes and just put so much emotion into them. Oh, I love it. Just if you really want that like suspenseful, you know, book series, read the Thomas Harris series. And you should read Hannibal and Hannibal Rising because the books are amazing. Just don't bother watching the movies. Number 2. Look, I already have a video on my channel talking about my undying love for Jurassic Park. Now, did they take every element from the book? No, they didn't. Considering, you know, I could do a major spoiler alert warning and just let you know that in the book Jurassic Park. So did they get everything right from Jurassic Park? No, but that does not diminish my love of Jurassic Park. It's my all-time favorite movie. I don't care how many times I've seen it. I absolutely love this movie. You can go check out my channel because I don't think Jurassic Park should have ever been a franchise. The book, The Lost World, was bad enough, and then making a movie about it, we should have stopped there. Jurassic Park was so beautiful. Like, how do you get dinosaurs to come to life? I didn't think it was possible. I saw this movie, you know, when it first opened. I was 9 years old. I had no knowledge of the book. It was just the greatest movie I've ever seen. And then I read the book and it was good. I mean, again, I was just like, wow, that didn't happen that way in the movie, and that didn't happen that way in the movie. But this is where we're getting into it. The movie is an adaptation, and you have to give it to Steven Spielberg because it's like, okay, when you're adapting a book to go to film, you have to think, is this gonna look good? You know, what is gonna work and what's not gonna work? I just love it. I absolutely love Jurassic Park, the book and the film. They both have great merits. I highly suggest reading the book if you have not read the book. So all of those are incredible. But when you see my number 1, it's pretty obvious. Number 1.
You're a wizard, Harry. Storm coming, Harry. Just like last time. Harry Potter! You're the chosen one, Harry.
I don't know how they did it. I don't know what type of magic they were using to bring Harry Potter to life. I don't know how they did it, but in the 8 movies, they were incredible. They're incredible adaptations. Now again, did they leave certain things out of each of the Harry Potter books? Of course they did. It's an adaptation. Making a movie from a book is a very fine line because if you leave too much out, your viewers are left without context, And if you leave too much in, it becomes bloated and exhausting. Wish I could have been in the script writing room, you know, just them picking out just the right things. You know, I think this will work. I think we can bring this to life. I think we can do this. I don't know. They killed it. They freaking nailed it in every single movie, except Deathly Hallows Part 1. I could do without Deathly Hallows Part 1. Whatever. Other than that, the other 7 movies, perfect. They were absolutely wonderful. They were wonderful adaptations. All of the acting is great, including the fact that they had a bunch of 11-year-olds at the very beginning, you know, and just watching them grow up, all just killed it. And then of course, Alan Rickman and Gary Oldman just nail it out of the park. I can't speak more highly of the Harry Potter series. I just think from book to film, it's just straight up magic. So anyway, that's my top 5 list of book to film adaptations. What would be on your list of top 5 book to film adaptations? You can let me know in the comment section below. If you do like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. That does help out a lot. If you do like this video, you can check out my channel for some other episodes, such as Can I Fix It, Heated Debates, and Victim of Franchise. And as always, if you do like what I do on this channel, sprinkle a little pixie dust over that subscribe button and be sure to ring the bell for all notifications. Until next time, wishing you peace, love, and pixie dust. Bye now.